Guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Top 5 reasons to move to Calgary. Today we'll cover in this video. And the first reason, guys, is Calgary's weather and being a sunny capital of Canada. And yes, I know what you're about to think. I'm recording it during winter when there is no sun, and of course there's like snow just stopped going. It was snowing. It's probably going to start snowing again. It's the first snow of 2024. And I'm shooting this video telling you should move to Canada, to Calgary, guys. I want to say that, before I'll tell you all the reasons, I'm going to say that don't move here, guys. Don't move to Calgary, and, don't watch until the end of this video, because if you do move here, you're going to ruin it all for us, because it's such a beautiful city and has so much of opportunities here. So don't move, don't watch this video. Now, for those of you who are still here, guys, first thing is Calgary is actually a sunny capital of Canada. So it is snowing right now, and the reason I'm recording this video while it's snowing is I want to be objective on this channel. I don't want people to come here and say, hey Igor, I moved to Calgary watching your videos and you showed such a nice city and now it's snowing. Guys, it's Canada. You think it's not going to snow in Canada? So yeah, it does snow here. But at the same time, we have more sunny days than anybody else. We also, guys, in this beautiful city have Chinook. Chinook is something that people in Edmonton don't know about because they don't get it, and it's hot wind coming from British Columbia over the mountains, and it melts all the snow here. So literally it can be like minus 25 and it can be like 0 degrees at the same day, like in the same day. So you see like all this like white stuff there, and the sidewalks are clean. So what happens with the Chinook, guys, is basically snow melts and it looks like that. So it could be like really cold, and the next day or the same day it is like warm and it stays like that for 3-4 days, and then again snow comes out. So we have what is called Chinook effect in Calgary. Now yes, it does get really cold, guys, and I made a bunch of videos on this channel during the snowstorms. Just check Igor Canada snowstorm and you're going to see a bunch of videos where it was like really bad. There are days when, guys, you come out and you want to speak at your default language, which is for me is Russian, which that's my mother tongue, so to speak. I'm from Ukraine though, but I speak Russian as my first language. So there are days when you come out and you just swear in your own language. You're like, holy god damn it, and it's so cold. But there are days in Calgary that it gets that cold that you just come out and you don't want to swear. Your lips freeze shut from your saliva, and they'll crack if you smile. So you just walk around like a zombie from this basically like one of those guys. See this guy over here, frozen guy. Look at this Halloween party guys going on. So you come on, you're like, no smiling, hey neighbor, and your lip cracked into two. So yeah, that's how cold it gets. And we also have dry weather. It's literally like a desert. So guys, but besides that, we do have Chinook, and it gets like minus 40, minus 45 in like February for a couple of weeks. We do have like 2 weeks of winter. I would say we have 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, 2 months of proper winter. So about like January, February maybe, where it's actually winter. Besides that, it's like on and off. Like it's going to snow, it's going to melt, it's going to snow, it's going to melt, and it just goes off like that. For actual winter, I would say about two months, and it's about 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Just like in the summer, we have 2 or 3 weeks of unbearable heat in summer, where you're like, I need an air conditioner, and then when it's over, you're like, good thing I didn't spend $5,000 for an air conditioner. And then next year, it happens again. Same thing in winter. For like 2-3 weeks, you're like, god damn it, I should have not been here. At this kind of weather, I should have been in Mexico instead of being in Canada. So it does happen like that. Now, guys, next reason to move to Calgary. So I said top 5 reasons, right? I'll probably give you more. I'll give you some bonuses here. So it's commute times. I helped someone from Toronto who is working for the city of Toronto purchase a home in the southwest of Calgary. And this guy, he told me that during COVID, it took him like 1 hour and a half to 1 hour and 45 minutes one-way driving, and he had forced to work overtime. So in that way, literally the person worked 12 hours a day plus 3 hours for driving. You can imagine 15 hours of work every day. You go home, you literally take a shower, go to sleep, and you are at work again. There is no life. And he was forced to work overtime for the city of Toronto, and you know. And actually, congratulations to that guy. He's now super happy. He's actually working for city of Calgary now. So, welcome to Calgary. Super happy that he moved here. Best choice of his life, I think. You know, congratulations, man, and congratulations with your home purchase too. But anyways, commute times here are very short. So here it's like half an hour. If it's more than half an hour drive, people quit their jobs. You know, literally to your work, it's about half an hour if you're working in other part of the city. Or most of the times, within 15 to 20 minutes, you'll be at your workplace in Calgary. So commute is way better. Now, guys, we have a problem here on days like this. There is one problem in Calgary is that I don't know what the hell happens, guys. Sometimes I think humans, like as us, as a civilization, are smart, but looking at the situation in Ukraine right now, where the Russia, you know, Israel and Iran, and Palestine, and God damn it, guys, I can keep on going with this countries and what is happening around the world. It's insane. Like sometimes I think we are smart, but then I think we are so dumb because we have all of this. But I think maybe in general, probably we are just dumb, you know, because we keep on fighting with each other and creating wars instead of having peace. But also we have the situation in Calgary with the drivers. If it doesn't snow for about 3 weeks in winter and then it happens like this, like like people are driving like stupid, insanely stupid people are on the roads today. I had a Porsche 911 that almost ran into me from behind. That I had a Toyota CRV that you know, I'm going like literally just within the speed limit. I don't want to be saying anything else on the camera, right? So but you know what speed I'm going at. And people almost running at me, and I'm in the most right lane, not in the left, in the right lane, almost running into me from behind, cutting me over, and driving like crazy. And then, guys, it's today's weather. Like yesterday, it was nice, nobody drove like that, but now people start driving like lunatics, and then they crash, and then Deerfoot, and the main highways are blocked, and you're late for work. So when it's about to snow, your first snow in Calgary, remember one rule, guys: come out to your work at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes earlier than normally, because some lunatic is definitely, usually on an F-150 truck, is going to run into some Honda Civic or into Prius and block the rest of the traffic, because it's Calgary. And I don't know why it happens, but it feels like we are living in Canada, and you know, a lot of people get winter tires, but for some reason people keep on crashing and delaying everyone. It's like almost something is forcing them to drive faster during the conditions where they actually have to slow a bit down. So yeah, I'm just telling you from my experience today. I had two cars who almost ran into me from behind. Maybe they were texting or something. I don't know what's going on. And I was not even in the left lane, but you know, it's like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why are you driving like that? Am I invisible or something? Anyways, yeah, got my heart pounding today. So that does happen. Commute times is lesser. It gets cold, but it's still sunny. It's still nice. It's like, guys, it's one of the best cities. Like, it's not like Saskatchewan. Even in Alberta, if you go to Red Deer, it's colder than it is Calgary. Even if you go to Edmonton, it's also colder than it is in Calgary. Edmonton, should I say? By the way, I like to say nonsense about Edmonton, but it's not that as bad of a city as I want to portray it. It's just that Calgary is better. Sorry, Edmonton. But anyways, guys, we also have a lot of jobs. You know, in media companies here, we have IT jobs here. We also have oil and gas companies here as well, guys. So in terms of jobs and employment opportunities, it's great. So guys, that's another reason to move to Calgary. I know some people will be like, Igor, I'm sitting applying for jobs and I can't find anything. What the hell are you saying? There is no jobs here. Don't move here. Guys, I want to say that when I was laid off from one of the companies I used to work for, that's one of the reasons why I'm self-employed now. Guys, why am I self-employed? Why did I go into real estate and everything? Because I realized one thing in Canada, that there is no such thing as a job security. You know, especially when my wife was laid off when she was on maternity leave. You know, when they literally told her that, oh, you don't go back to work just because you are pregnant. You know, we actually had to take to human rights court her employer for that, and they didn't give a damn. And the government in Alberta also didn't really give a damn about it. So it was like, oh, it's illegal, but they can do whatever the hell they want, the employer. So there is no such thing as a job security in Canada, and that's why I figured out that I have more security in terms of jobs being self-employed rather than being employed, because I can have multiple clients as a self-employed or a business owner rather than having one employer where it's you're either working there or you're collecting employment insurance. So sorry to burst a bubble, but guys, it's not even Montreal. It's like it's capitalistic country. That's what it is, and employers' rights are protected more than employees. Now, I do know I have way less rights as a self-employed person than an employee. I don't get health benefits, even though I have my own insurance now and I have a benefits card, but I pay for it every month. I could have from Blue Cross, or it's not sponsored by them. But anyways, I'm just telling you guys that let's reduce that myth to nothing. But I want to say that economy is another part why you should move to Calgary. It's stronger. We have in Alberta, I think, the world's third largest oil supply after Venezuela, and there is one more country. You can check, you can Google, ask ChatGPT for that information. So we are one of the strongest economies here, like in terms of provinces, like literally, we can probably outweigh, the rest of Canada with the oil that we have here. It's really powerful economy. Next reason is, guys, I'm going to give you more than 5 reasons today, is of course incomes. Like, what is the average income in Calgary? So I think it was like $102,000. Guys, check it out on Google for sure to have the latest information for 2024, 2025, and you'll see that we are still, on average, people are making per household more money than Toronto or Vancouver. So we make more money here. Also, guys, I'm just looking at the house behind me. If you sell or buy or sell that house in Toronto, like, right, you have this land transfer fee, municipal and provincial. Like, you have to pay tens of thousands of dollars on top of it. So you not only have to pay your real estate agent, you not only have to pay your lawyer, you also have to pay the city, you also have to pay the province, right? Here we just pay the lawyer, so we don't have that tax. Okay, we also only have GST, we don't have provincial tax, so 5% tax. So you actually, guys, first of all, more jobs, you make more money, okay, your income in general is more. On top of that, you spend less tax for everything, like including buying real estate, including property taxes, guys. And also, if you look at the entire situation with the entire tax system and everything, the housing is also more affordable in the rest of Canada. I mean, like Toronto and Vancouver, let's say, right? Big major cities in Ontario and British Columbia. So we still have affordable housing. So that's another reason why you should move to Calgary, is affordable housing. But wait a second, guys, don't move to Calgary, okay? Because if you all move here, eventually you'll straighten up the prices and it's going to be as expensive as it is in Toronto or Vancouver. So that's why I said in the beginning of this video, don't watch this video, don't move to Calgary, don't like, don't share, don't subscribe, just stay out of Calgary, guys. Make it better. Like, in Russian there is a saying, меньше народу, больше кислороду. So it means if there is less people, there is more oxygen for everyone to breathe. So stay out. Anyways, guys, I want to say that actually, why I moved to Calgary, I'll tell you now, that a lot of people decided to stay out, is that, well, I didn't want to raise my family in a condo, especially in a rental condo, like in Vancouver, let's say. I moved here from Toronto, and we lived in Scarborough. Most of my friends own nothing, and I already have multiple properties in Calgary, because you can still buy it here, because it's still affordable. I'm blessed, to be honest with you, I'm blessed to be here because, guys, not only because I'm originally from Ukraine and I came here before anything started. Guys, guys, I'll tell you something that I don't like. I'll tell you my weakness, okay? I don't like that now everyone in Canada thinks that all Ukrainians came here to Canada only after the war has started. I came a decade before the war has started to Canada, and I have nothing to do with that war. And besides my relatives being there, on both sides, by the way, and that annoys me. It's same as when people start to stereotype Indians, or people start to stereotype Iranians or Syrians or other cultures, or look, for example, a lot of people in Canada don't even realize that Africa is not a country and it's a continent, so that narrow-mindedness annoys me, just like Illinois is a lot of other immigrants. So I just want to say, guys, in terms of that, like people are like, oh, we provided you safety in Canada. I want to say, guys, I want to be completely honest. When I came to Canada, nobody gave me nothing. Nobody gave me $1 for anything. And even in a job fair that I went in Ontario, I came to a job fair as an international student that time, and they said you have to have a PR card to qualify for this job fair. And I'm like, guys, but I need a job in order to get a PR card. I need a job to get Canadian work experience to do the immigration. And they said, no, you have to be an immigrant. I'm like, I'm technically an immigrant, but in order to become an immigrant, I need a job. And they're like, oh, your SIN number is not right, so sorry, buddy, get out of here. We are here to help those people who got permanent residency but don't have a job. And I'm like, how did they get a permanent residency if they didn't have a job? I need a job to get the permanent residency, and they already have permanent residency, but they don't have a job, and I cannot qualify for that. So in that way, guys, I got zero benefits, zero support from, like, zero money from Canadian government. I only did is I brought my butt, and I worked my butt off, and I paid for my education, and I spent all of the money here, and I paid my taxes, and that's all I got from Canada. So people are like, oh, yeah, my tax dollars definitely contributed for you. Yeah, tax dollars did nothing. I actually paid so much of taxes that, you know, that's another rage for another video, guys. You know, some people are not realizing that Canada doesn't give as much as they think they do. Now, with that being said, was there Ukrainians who came and took advantage of this system where they were giving away money? Yes, absolutely. That is, unfortunately, it did happen. But let's not stereotype any cultures for any reason, guys. See, right now I'm looking at TikTok, and there is such a hate going on against the Indian community, and I really dislike that too, because Indian community has contributed to building Canada as it is right now a lot. And I feel maybe China is trying to make that kind of fight, or I don't know whose interest is trying to do that. But I'm going to TikTok, and it's like I'm turning on, I'm going to a comment section, and I'm like, why is there so much of hate on that platform? That's why I don't spend too much time there. I prefer watching YouTube videos myself because of it, because it's more rational, smarter people over here on this platform. People who think, people who do their own research. And I hope this video helps, guys. I'll tell you, I moved here because my wife is from India, actually. So I moved here because you can raise your kids, you can have your own property, you still pay less taxes, you make a little bit more money. In that way, it's a little bit better life than, I would say, in the rest of Canada, in the most of Canada's cities. And you're still living in a major city. It's not as cold. It's actually pretty sunny most of the time. It's actually really nice. And yeah, I think Calgary is freaking best city to live in Canada, in my personal opinion. And if you disagree with me, leave a comment down below, guys. Now also, if you're searching for jobs, I'll leave a video in the description of this video. Actually, I'll make it as a pop-up. You know, most in-demand jobs in Canada in 2025. Check that out, guys. And also, if you want to see some things about conflict between India and Canada, I'll leave you a link in the video as well. And guys, look at that, I found the G-Wagon. Looks like Russian mafia people driving around. I actually am living in Canyon Meadows community right now. Check this out, guys. How do I zoom it in? Where is that G-Wagon? Look at that beautiful car. Maybe one of my neighbors purchased that car. Anyways, it's pretty cute. Pretty cute car. I think that lady just purchased that car. I've seen her driving all over the community today. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll leave my donation box in the description of this video. And go start a GoFundMe to buy a G-Wagon one day. I'm just joking with you guys. I'm messing with you. All the best, and welcome to Calgary. And let's keep the city the best place to live in. And let's respect all Canadians, regardless of their origin, religion, or race. Thanks for watching, and all the best to you. And stay warm. See you soon.